Hey, hi guys. So let's see how we can enable the OSPF in the FortiGate. So we will see basically OSPF configuration between a router, a Cisco router, and the Fortinet. So let's do one thing. First of all, let's configure the basics of OSPF on R3. Basically a router. Okay. Router OSPF 1. So I'm just using a process ID 1 and process ID can be different on both devices. So that doesn't matter. So what we need to match actually, we need to match the area. So area ID has to be same to form the neighborship. Enter. Network, I'm just putting 0000 this time. 0000. Area, 0. So now when we talk about the area here, right? So here we have two options. One is a decimal format and one is a dotted decimal format. So here we have the privilege to provide the decimal format. I can just say 0. But in the background, it will actually pick this number and will convert this to a dotted decimal. It means in the background, in the packets, it will go as a dotted decimal 0.0.0.0. Assume if I'll give here 512 area, in the background, it will take this as a 0.0.0.2. Sorry, 2.0. This is how it will take because 512 is basically a combination of 256, 256, right? And that becomes 0.0.2.0, right? So let's pick this 512, right? Enter. And if I just verify, do show IP OSPF interface brief. And right now, all these two are in the same area. Fine. Let us do one thing. Let us capture this link. 0/1. And here, now let's verify the packet from router 3. So here we see the OSPF packet. Let me open this packet. And here in the OSPF packet, the hello packet, I'll just increase this one. Header. Yeah, you see? The area ID is 0.0.2.0. So whenever any of the device, any vendor, that doesn't matter, FortiGate or anything, right? What they pick actually, they pick the dotted decimal format. So we have assigned actually 512, but that is just a privilege that we have right now in the Cisco routers to use as a decimal format. But in the background, the device will pick as a dotted decimal format. It will automatically convert into dotted decimal. Now let's go here on the FortiGate. So we have to go to the policy and go to the network. And here we have the OSPF. A router ID. So I can just pick any router ID. So let me pick here 1.1.1.1. So router ID has to be unique on both routers. Area ID. So now you see the area ID 0 dotted decimal format here. So I have to give here 2. So if on the other vendor I'm assigning 512 here, we have to make sure that we assign in this way, right? If you're assigning this dotted decimal, right? Regular area, yes, I don't want a NSE, I don't want any stub area, no authentication, nothing, just a normal regular area. Say okay. Which network you want to assign? To this area, I want to assign this network. That's okay. Fine. Which interface you want to inject? So right now, I want to inject my LAN interface. I want to run here, right? Which interface that is? Port 2, that is, right? So what IP length that is having right now, what prefix length that is having right now, what cost you want to configure over there, what priority you want to configure over there. So priority we need basically for the DRBDR, right? And cost basically for the link cost, we can just set another link cost. Authentication per interface we can assign here. BFD also we can enable. The network type, you want the broadcast, non-broadcast, point-to-point, or maybe multi-point, or a multi-point non-broadcast. So I'll just keep it broadcast right now. Okay. And let's assign here what IP we are using. We are using here 192.168.10.1. Prefix length, we are using 24. Okay, I don't want to do any modification, no passive interface, nothing MTU ignore, no. And these are the timers. So what I want here, I want the hello timer, let's say And that has to be same on both routers if we are doing these changes, right? So the hello timer has to be same on both routers for devices 10 and 40. Transmit delay, retransmission interval, that's fine. We can keep it default. That doesn't matter. Only the hello and dead interval has to be same on both devices. Say okay. So this interface I have added here. Summary address, I don't want to do any summary right now. So if you have some plan to do a summary, you can just come here, you can create summary. Inject default route, no, I don't want right now. Metric type 1 or 2. So basically these are for the redistributed routes from other protocol. Metric value, I'll keep it default. Redistribute connected, let me do that. One of them. I don't have any static route, so I'll just leave it. So if you want to redistribute these protocols, if that protocol is running on the same device, you can do a redistribution, right? I don't want these things, so I'll just keep it default, right? And these are distance basically, you see, for the external route, for the internal route, and for the other area route, we have here 1110, right? So by default, there are three different E values, 1110, 1110, 1110. One is for the on area, one is for other area, one is from the external protocol, right? I'll just say apply. Is applied. Let's come here on the Cisco just to verify neighbor. Neighbor also we can verify there. Neighbor is up and running, right? And how we can verify here? We routing table. OSPF neighbor is already there, right? So one neighbor is there with the router ID 10.10.10.10. I want to check the route. So here we have OSPF routes. Here we see the OSPF route. We can just directly click here to filter out those routes. And here we see here, this route we are receiving from the neighbor, right? So this is how we can verify these information. And this is just a quick view. If you want, you can just do one thing. You can go to the dashboard and from here we can check the routing monitor, this one, right? And this is selected. Actually, you can just deselect that and this is your complete routing table. And this route we're getting from the OSPF and we can see here the distance and the type is OSPF. So this is how we can configure OSPF on the FortiGate device.